What was a great thing ruined by popularity? eBay. I remember being able to get an absolute bargain for almost anything I wanted. Now, every shop puts their shit on eBay. Bodders. Basically they're small cottages in remote parts of the Scottish Highlands that are left unlocked, free to be used for shelter by people traveling the mountains. They are not well furnished or anything, but they act as a freely usable weatherproof shelter for anyone to use in a country where summer usually just means the rain is slightly less frigid. It used to be that they weren't too well known. The hill walking community used them, maintained them, and everyone observed an unwritten code of conduct where you'd make sure to leave it tidy, clean and ready for the next person to use. However, they suddenly experienced an upsurge in awareness, and a lot of them suffered for it. People would go to them so they could have a piss up in a scenic location and leave them covered in rubbish and shit. Literal shit. They are normally refurbished from long-abandoned houses and frequently don't have toilets, so they are equipped with a shovel to bury your waste. People seem to think they were free holiday homes that they could just take over. Some people just vandalize them for the fun of it. As a result, they suffered quite a bit. They should offer shelter from bad weather and a safe place to sleep. But now you have a bunch of entitled, lazy assholes who go and wreck them. Removed. To some extent, amusement/theme parks. They have to be popular to justify building new, state-of-the-art attractions, but eventually get so crowded that you need to buy special passes and get on a ride in less than 2 hours and can barely even find a place to sit when you want to rest for a minute. I live near Six Flags Great America, outside of Chicago. Anytime I have gone in the last 10 years it has been a ridiculous mess of humanity. More rides than ever, but every decent ride is like a 2-hour wait. Last year I did the Utah National and State Parks during the early spring off season, and the measures they are taking to try to accommodate the massive number of visitors during the summer is incredible. Parking, lodging, sanitation, and safety are all becoming problems, and I hope that these places don't become victims of their own popularity. Arches really seems to attract people doing stupid, dangerous shit. The iconic delicate arch is like a magnet for morons who don't prepare for the trail, take risky selfies, vandalize and climb on things, and drink in places where there's 360 degrees of cliffs around you. Any restaurant Anthony Bourdain featured in his shows, even he acknowledged this. These fantastic gems would subsequently be overrun with diners that they suffered from overcrowding and lower standards. I live in Egypt and many of the most popular places are ruined by all the people there all year round. Have you ever noticed there is a threshold where a song gets too popular and will live on with the memory of everyone thinking it was overplayed and annoying? Okay, I'm going to mix it up. Silphium https n.m. Wikipedia org/wiki/silphium. The plant used as a form of, likely very effective, birth control in the ancient Mediterranean. For this reason, and because it was apparently delicious, it gained popularity as a spice, aphrodisiac, and general cure-all and became worth its weight in gold. https://www.bbc.com/future/article/20,170,907 Themisteraophthala Stroman herb. Julius Caesar stockpiled the stuff, and it is one of the most plausible origins of the heart symbol and the association of that symbol with romance and doing the sex to people. Unfortunately, it only grew wild in and around Cyrene, and over-harvesting by the Romans after their takeover of the city drove Silphium into extinction by the time of Nero. And that's why we had to wait 2,000 years for the pill. Most of the historic monuments, the amount of markings all over them makes me sick. Beaches. Once tourism starts, it usually has devastating effects on the flora and fauna. They had to close a beach off from the public in Thailand to give nature time to recover. Edit for grammar. Edit to give more information. I was talking about Maya Bay, which was made famous by the movie The Beach. Yes, the one with Leo. Despite its isolation, the bay attracts so many tourists there isn't even any room to lay down on the sand. The bay is closed off until officials believe the coral has rejuvenated sufficiently. Visiting Iceland. I absolutely fell in love with the country when I was there. But the popularity of it means, like any other trendy tourist destination, that it is now ruined by tourists being jackasses. I grew up near a national park that is also now ruined by overcrowding. So maybe I have a lower threshold for that sort of stuff than most. But watching idiots stomping all over fragile geothermal features 2 steps away from the arena walking on this royal sign just boils my blood. The idea of renting free room or sofa is not bad at all. It turned into hard bus scenes when companies owning dozens of apartments rent them to tourists. Meanwhile there is an apartment price and rent crisis. I guess living here is not going to be affordable for middle class anymore. Basically any hit song gets overplayed so you end up hating it cause you can't escape it. Also probably a fair bit of TV shows. Rick and Morty is still good, but the popularity led to creating a cringy ass fan base which can turn a lot of people off. Mount Everest. Especially since there is only 1 or 2 days a season that people climb, when conditions are optimal. There are literally queues of people waiting to go up some sections and the overcrowding contributes to the number of deaths there each year. Fatters before you even start to think about the rubbish/trash left up there. Drones. They're an amazing and useful tool for surveyors, photographers, inspectors, filmmakers, etc. But they're so ubiquitous. Johnny Dumbus can go buy one at Best Buy and crash it into a bald eagle nest and make the rest of us who've gone through training and FAA licensing look bad. Yik Yak. I loved Yik Yak in college. It was hilarious and had juicy anonymous gossip on it, and it was a great place to just put down random thoughts. Then it started growing, and people started using it for making blatantly racist comments anonymously. That led to more shit that assholes would put on their putting people's full names in their stories, and making bomb threats. A great example of a few people ruining it for everyone else. Plastic. It is a great material, but mankind does not know how to use it properly. Groover Shark. Effectively free Spotify Premium with every single song that you could think of on it. It was fucking awesome. I imagine its popularity drew too much attention to its multiple blatant copyright violations. It was fun while it lasted, though. The Joker Stairs in the Bronx was a nice little piece of architecture in a quiet area of Highbridge. Now Instagram dipshits are ruining it. There's more trash there than ever before. I feel bad for the local residents who have to put up with it. Remember back when your father knew a faster, alternative route around a major traffic jam that actually was faster? Since the handheld availability of real-time traffic data and route optimization by Google Maps, an equilibrium of travel time has established such that everyone knows what's the best route is, and the traffic jam actually takes as long as the alternative route. Lindsay Lohan. Seriously. Cute and talented actress received way too much popularity with no guidance. The internet. Now corporations and governments want to control it, and the average person seems too naive to realize why they shouldn't be allowed to. YouTube. Not really by the people on it, but because of all the things around ads and such which comes with its popularity. Those Trex costumes. Flipping houses. When/where I grew up people bought houses to live in. They weren't investment properties. You didn't buy a place, paint it all, update the crown molding, and try to sell it for $30,000 more. I'm sure some people did it, but it got crazy and fucked up the real estate market. Seriously, please like and subscribe and comment something nice for your favorite Reddit slave. Any nice nature place to go hiking/swimming/barbecue/any cool outdoor activity. Some sweet nature spots have been ruined because of too much popularity. Either there's a landscape planning with paths, guards etc. to protect it, or the amount of people coming here wrecks the place, or access becomes forbidden for safety issues. Well, I know a cliff is a dangerous area where I could fail. You don't need to forbid access to it because of the unavoidable Karen who, eventually, won't watch his kids and sue you for lack of safety. Nice preserved places are like mushroom picking spots. Gotta keep as much as you can. I require a lot of trust to show you my secret beaches/cabins in the woods. And if I see it on your Instagram or your friend's one, I'll be under your bed tonight. Removed. Baby Shark. Like 2 years ago it was a cute song to sing with my toddler. Now it is fucking everywhere. The NHL. Theo made a whole TV series out of it. Fuck. Just let it die. Online dating. When you think about it, it's a great way to meet people if your other social prospects are lacking. I love my friends, but there's nobody to date there, and I don't have time for more friends. But in practice, the sheer number of available singles has us turning our noses up at perfectly good people because someone better might come along. Removed. r/AskReddit. The original Facebook required an active college email and was a cool chill place. Now it's just a breeding ground for political horseshit and Karen/anti-vax moms. Self-checkout. They were great when everyone was too intimidated to use them. I could buy 50 items and be out of the store before the granny that was ahead of me who went to the cashier even started ringing her shit up. Now stores have forced them on people by only having one actual cashier so everyone uses them. Even people who have no business doing so. Any and every fandom. The internet in general. Surprised no one has said this yet but Netflix. Netflix was definitely ruined by its popularity. Not in the traditional the consumers are at fault and made it bad, but because so many people loved Netflix every damn company had to make their own inferior version of it. Friendly reminder that shows like The Office gained popularity because they were on platforms people already owned. Not because they paid for Netflix to get The Office. Honestly, even though I hate them as a company, Disney was in the right for making a streaming service since they had a justifiable amount of content to form their own platform. But every other TV streaming service is crazy for thinking most people will pay for their shit rather than resorting to pirating it. Hot wings. I'm a hot wing hipster. You could buy a 20 pounds box of hot wings for like $5 back in the day. Same with feather bones. Ribs and wings all damn day. Then bars started doing quarter wing nights and demand has taken over supply to the point where you are happy with $1 a wing. Madness. Complete madness. And X200B. Feather bones are the same way. We would buy a big box of rib junk, slather them up, and chew on bones all weekend. They were so damn cheap. Now they want $2 for that. Garbage meat. Blasphemy.